Um, you ever seen the movie Hangover, Sean?
Yes, love that movie. First one. The other two could have stayed.
I'm talking the first. You open this thing. Boom, ring, ring. Hello, we fucked up.
Yeah,
that's what happened right here. That's literally what happened right here. Yeah. So the Bulls Ring of Honor ceremony. Remember we talked about this early, and I said, Sean, this is gonna be a disaster. When I said that back then, I wasn't talking about this. I didn't think this was gonna happen. I was thinking because Jordan and Pippen, they was beefing because of The Last Dance. Jordan's son talking to Larsa. Scotty been talking crazy about Mike in the media. So I'm thinking that no, Michael Jordan could show up. Michael Jordan didn't show up. Rodman didn't show up. Scotty didn't show up. Part the blame with the weather, but I don't think Mike would have showed up anyway. But the weather was bad during this day. It was like our first couple of days of snow, so it was really snowing and it was like super cold. So it's a good reason why a lot of people missed it. But during this ceremony, everybody put the jumbotron, boom, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, They put Jerry Krause on the screen. Jerry Krause get put on the screen, they boo him. Everybody, thinking, I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? First glimpse, we laugh. I'm like, man, we bogus. Why we booing Jerry Krause? Until we seen his wife, his widow wife, and she's bawling, crying, dog. Oh, and then you see, like, we knew that we fucked up. If you go watch the video again, we was like, boo. Then it was like, oh, And they was like, oh, shit. And they tried to catch it. No, you fucked up already. It's too late. You fucked up. We fucked up. This is the most you're going to get me cursed on our show anytime you watch us. But I had to be honest about it. We fucked up bad. We were bogus. And we knew we was bogus because we tried to cover it up at the end and cheer. We were so wrong. And that's why we've been cursed since this. So Bulls fans understand this. And try to have a question on the back end for after I finish this last one. I'm laying a plane on this. We got to understand this. No matter how you feel about Jerry Krause, as an executive, this man brought us 6 rings. Put together one of the teams that put one of the best records, winning 72-10. He built an elite team around Michael Jordan. Any other time when Mike wanted this day, he told Mike, nah, we're going to run with this Scottie Pippen kid. We're going to do this. Now we're going to change the whole team up. Let's do this. Change the team up better when he left. So even if he was to come back, the team still fit him good. He did that. Michael Jordan, as an executive, is Michael Jordan as the player, is Michael Jordan GOAT. Michael Jordan is executive, the goddamn Kwame Brown of executive GMs. He's probably one of the worst persons to ever put a team together. I believe he's got the worst record ever with the Charlotte Bobcats, correct? The worst winning season is the Charlotte Bobcats.
Right up there.
Right up there. But he's at the bottom of that tier list. You let this movie predetermine the pictures because he wanted to make the team young and do more builds. Like he wanted to get Tracy McGrady. Mike said no. And Tracy McGrady ended up becoming one of the great players. Maybe it could have been different if he would have came to the Bulls and they built them up. Mike didn't want to do that. Y'all let this Last Dance movie depict a lot of people differently. You got to remember, it's from Michael Jordan's perspective. Of course, Mike could look a little bit better in the movie. But Michael Jordan also treated people like shit in that movie. Like punching Steve Kerr, for example. But no, we gotta let the Last Dance go, y'all. I'm sorry. Don't boo Jerry Krause. You got people who care about Jerry Krause too. And Jerry Krause actually did a great job, and he's one of the greatest executives of all time. He's going to be in that conversation, top 10 for sure, no matter what you say. Like him or not, he's an asshole. Michael Jordan was. He's egotistical. Michael Jordan was too. So, Sean, what was your reaction to us booing this? And did the Last Dance, is the Last Dance to blame for this?
Oh, the Last Dance is definitely to blame, but what's the greater blame is number 23. Because, Jordan, like you said, has never really given Krause his just due. Now, let me say the other side of this is Krause is the guy who couldn't really get out of his own way.
Facts.
Right? Because he was the guy who wanted to be in the frat, and they were never letting him in the frat. Right? Yep. He was, and I don't think he ever really understood that. He thought, oh, if I build this winner, they'll love me and they'll appreciate me. And it's like,
you ain't gonna be one of the players never.
And when you're looking for love in all the wrong places, as Krause often did, that's ultimately what got him in trouble. And why, again, the perception of him may not always be aligned with the reality. Right. The reality is he did his job.
He definitely did his job.
But part of the job isn't just building a winner. Part of the job is somebody's got to be okay taking the back seat. Somebody's got to be okay not getting all the credit. Somebody's got to be okay,
like Pat Riley,
just doing their job, right? One thing, and you brought up Pat Riley.
And they call stuff the Riley way, but Riley do not be in the way. I can tell you that for sure.
And also, have you ever noticed how deferential Eric Sbtalksports is? He's never looking for credit.
Nope.
He just wants to do the best job he can. And by all accounts, for most people, he's considered the best coach in the NBA.
Yep.
But part of that is he's not looking for credit. So I think it's just that thing with Jerry Krause. And again, was it a bad look? It was an absolute bad look.
Terrible.
And it was terrible for his his widow to be there and to experience that. But and again, I'm not defending the booing. What were you expecting?
Mike got to come out and say, man, let it go, y'all. And Mike didn't say nothing.
Yeah, but Mike's never going to do that because Mike is about. And again, the fact that him, Pippen, Rodman, like half the team weren't there.
No, they wasn't. And it was half because of the weather too.
Yeah, and again, it's 30 said even Bob Myers received credit during the Golden State Dynasty run. Yeah, he received credit, but I don't think he was looking for it.
No, see, Sturdy, you heard it wrong, Sturdy. We's pretty much saying, like, obviously Pat Riley all the guys got credit, but Jerry Krause wanted to be in the spotlight. Like, okay, bad enough to say this guy because he was like, I ain't gonna use him. I ain't gonna use him. I'm gonna use two other examples. Dr. Dre. Everybody get Dr. Dre a lot of credit. Dr. Dre wasn't in the spotlight of everything. He wasn't ever super in the spotlight with 50 or Eminem, but we knew everybody said, man, Dr. Dre on the beat. Dr. Dre produced this. He went crazy. But then we go, Jerry Krause was like Diddy. He want to be all in the videos. He want to be all in the locker room with the team. He want to be in there like, he want people to love him like he dropped 30. That was the problem with Jerry Krause. He wanted to be like part of the players. No, bro, you run the team. Act like you run the team. I don't see Pat Riley want to be all in with the players. Nothing like that. No, Pat Riley move around his boys like how he run the team. Jerry Krause moves like he's a guy who runs the team. Like you try to be the cool boss with the employees. You trying to be cool. No, you can't do that. It don't work. It ain't never gonna work out like that.
And one thing I will say, SB, I think where Jerry Krause should be derided is his mishandling of the 98 Bulls.
Yeah.
Right? Because for him to say before the season even started, Phil could go 82-0, he will not be the coach of this team. Well, who does that?
Yeah, that was bad.
That's personal.
That's personal.
That's personal. And we heard Jordan say, multiple times in The Last Dance, and I took that personally.
Yes.
Well, clearly Jerry Krause took something personally when it related to Phil Jackson. And
I don't know what Phil did to him. And imagine Phil was a mastermind around that time.
Well, what it was apparently was that, Pippen and Jordan used to crack on Krause a lot.
All the time.
Yes. On him a lot. And apparently Phil didn't defend Krause and didn't ask those guys to lay off of Krause. And Krause felt like he deserved that loyalty because he's the one who brought Phil Jackson to Chicago. And again, to his credit, he made a good move when he had to move on. When they had to move on from Doug Collins to Phil Jackson, they obviously made the right move, and Jerry Krause was a part of that. But again, when you're seeking credit when you're desiring credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a father, right? Mother's Day is like this week-long week.
Mother. Yeah, they go crazy. They be going crazy.
Father's Day is a 5-minute, bring you some toast, bring you a cup of coffee,
You got a new screwdriver for your toolbox. All right.
All right. It ain't. Jerry Krause wanted Mother's Day when all he was ever going to get was Father's Day.
Facts.
And that's what he never really realized.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's, telling about Jerry Krause, but also, again, to the point that, he just didn't, somebody's got to play. Somebody's got to be Ringo. The Beatles, right? You got Paul, you got John, you got George. Somebody's got to be Ringo. Somebody's got to be okay not being that guy.
I've been seeing the clips that have been going crazy. I got to watch this movie. Everybody ain't David Ruffin. The Temptations clip. Everybody ain't David Ruffin. Somebody. You got to be oldest. Jerry Krause, you was just oldest of the group. Jerry Krause being oldest is a perfect example.
Nobody coming to see Jerry Krause.
Anybody come to see you, Krause.
Yeah.
But we know you put oldest. We know you put everything together. You Captain America. Like Captain America is the best Avenger for putting everything together. But ain't nobody come to see. Y'all want to go see Iron Man and Hulk before I go see Captain America. Nobody just come on, man. Nobody want to see you oldest. It is what it is. But you got to tip your head and give him credit.
Yeah.
Sean,